I saw Sonic the Hedgehog 3 the other day, so let's talk about it. Probably don't need to say this, but spoilers ahead, so hit that like button and come back later. So this is definitely the best Sonic movie yet. My favorite character in this film has to be Shadow. Shadow the Hedgehog is my second favorite character in the Sonic franchise, and this movie did an excellent job adapting his dark and tragic backstory. So yeah, this is definitely the best movie in the franchise yet. This movie has some amazing references from the games, mainly the best one in the series, Sonic Adventure 2. This movie definitely does a good job on Sonic's character by having him look back on how he was first alone, but now he looks at where he is now, where he has a big family and friends that he can rely on. In my opinion, this movie has some of the best CGI in the entire series. Like, sure, there are definitely moments where you can tell that there is a green screen behind some of these characters, but I just mean that the CGI for the character designs alone are just some of the best that you will see in this entire series. The movie does change a little bit of Shadow's origin in this movie, but the movie still does keep the key details of Shadow's origin that makes him such a great and tragic character. Besides Shadow, Jim Carrey is also one of the best parts of this movie because not only does he do an amazing job of playing Dr. Robotnik again, but he also does an amazing job playing two characters at the same time in this movie. I really had such a fun time seeing the interactions between Dr. Robotnik and Gerald Robotnik in this movie, and that makeup on Gerald Robotnik, oh my gosh, you would actually believe that Jim Carrey is the same age as Gerald in this movie. I was also very impressed on the scenes that you would see the two Jim Carreys in at the same time. Like, you really felt like that there were two Jim Carreys in the same room. I did feel like that Tom and Maddie's roles weren't as big as they were in the original two movies, but it was still nice to see these two characters again. Though we didn't get a lot of moments that took place in Tokyo in this movie, it was still a lot of fun to see some action scenes in this movie set in Tokyo, especially in Shibuya. I really don't know why, but I always find it cool to see places I have visited in the past being major key locations set within a movie or an anime. And this movie manages to give me something I've been wanting for the longest time now in these Sonic movies, is an explanation to Sonic's origin. I mean, sure, this movie doesn't go into any kind of explanation on why Sonic has this energy-like ability, but from Shadow's origin story in this movie, there's a kind of implication that both Sonic and Shadow came from the same place. Now, I could be wrong, and this is all just a theory right now, but it would be so amazing if Sonic was to start to questioning Shadow's origin a little bit more and starts to find more people like him. My favorite moment of this film has to be when we see Super Sonic fight Super Shadow. Now, this fight is everything I wanted to see in a Sonic the Hedgehog movie. It is by far my favorite fight in these movies right now. When I saw both Sonic and Shadow going into their super forms and fighting each other, I got major Dragon Ball Z vibes. Like, this is probably the closest we are ever gonna get on seeing a live action Dragon Ball Z fight adapted right. And when we see these two characters making up with one another and teaming up with each other, and we hear the song Live and Learn, oh my gosh, I got goosebumps. This is one of the best adaptations to a video game movie ever. I give this film a 9 out of 10, giving it an A. Anyway, that's the review. Go down to this comment, tell me what you thought of Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Share this video with all your friends. And click that like and follow button to keep up to date with all my latest content. See ya!